Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Thursday, August 25th slate of MLB action. I'm super excited to dive into it. We have been ice cold. You guys know that. We'll get into it just a little bit later. But I'm still excited to go ahead and watch some baseball and hopefully find some winning plays here for you guys. But with that being said, we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are on the road to 7,000. We're less than 230 subscribers away. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. Also, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do, and thank you guys so much for giving me such a small channel, such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me, so much more than you guys will ever know. So, with that being said, we can go ahead and dive into today's plays, but before we do, just a quick word here from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by PrizePicks. If you guys don't currently have a sports book that you do use, or if you do have one and you're just looking for something new, PrizePicks is a great way to get started. As you guys can see here on the screen, we are able to bet on pretty much every single sport that you can think of. We have MLB, we have the NFL, as of right now is the preseason, we have college football, we even have things like CSGO and some esports as well. And obviously, as you guys know, I'm a huge NBA guy, so once the NBA season does come around, you guys will be able to bet on player props from there as well. PrizePicks is very, very easy to use. I do love the no-run first innings, and that is something that you can go ahead and bet on here on PrizePicks as well. It's an absolutely fantastic app and website as well. So if you guys haven't already signed up for PrizePicks, make sure that you guys do that and use code KingSanders, and you can go ahead and get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. So the way that it does work is you go ahead and pick a couple here. So I'm just going to, for the sake of the video, say that the White Sox and the Orioles tomorrow are going to have a no-run first inning. The Toronto and Boston and the Cincinnati and Philadelphia are all going to have no-run first inning. Basically, what I would do, I would go ahead and click less for all of these and do what is called a power play, which is basically the same as a parlay. All three legs do have to hit in order for the bet to actually cash out. On the flip side of things, you can also do a flex play. The flex play basically means if you do get one of the legs wrong, that's perfectly fine. You can still win some money. So PrizePicks is a great way to be able to win some money using player props and things of that nature to be able to win some money. So you can put together a bunch of different legs to win out some pretty big money. So once again, make sure you guys do use code KingSanders for whenever you do sign up. You will get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. And once again, thank you so much, PrizePicks, for sponsoring today's video. So yes, we are back now. We're going to go ahead and do a quick recap from the previous day. And man, oh man, I literally don't get it. I can't win a bet. I literally can't win a bet. If you guys want to go ahead and fade me on every single bet from here on out, go for it. You guys will probably be profitable. This is insane. The month of August has been atrocious for me, and I have all these stats to back it up. I've hated the month of August. I'm so ready for the NFL. I'm so ready for the NBA. But we're doing some new segments, and we'll get into it here in just a minute. We're switching things up because clearly looking at the stats and picking plays that make sense does not work anymore. And I'm done doing it. So we are going to be switching some things up. But we'll do a quick recap. We literally reverse swept Orioles money line. Thought it was a good play, plus odds. Thought it had a really good chance of hitting. The White Sox come out really hot at the beginning of the game. Orioles tried to make a little bit of a comeback. Nope.
Got him!
Then we did have the Rays -1.5 versus the Angels. This game ends up going into like 12 or 13 innings, something like that. The Rays ended up winning, but obviously no cover.
Oh.
Then we did have the Guardians and the Padres. You know, this looked like it was going to be a very solid bet. There was no other runs scored in the first inning. Well, besides for a solo home run.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
It's just absolutely insane to me. So hopefully we can bounce things back. We're switching things up. If you guys want to fade me, go for it. I genuinely don't care at this point. I just really thought that it was going to... I really thought I had some good plays, and I guess I just didn't. So, the three new segments that we're going to be having here on the channel. The first one is going to be a play that didn't hit the day before. So basically, it's going to be a play that I like, that I think makes sense, that didn't hit yesterday. So um, basically, and it's very, very self-explanatory, but I'm going to look at some of the plays that didn't hit yesterday that I think are going to hit today. The next one is going to be a play that makes absolutely no sense. And that's straight up. It absolutely makes no sense. There's no reason for the line to be set at what it is, or if there's just one team that's so much better than the other, but they're still getting really good value on the run line, really good value on the money line, something like that. I'm going to be taking that play. Then one play that I just really like, one play that makes sense with the statistics, but it also is just a play that I really like too. So those are going to be our 3 new segments. Don't really want to waste any more time, anything like that. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. Our first play of the day, for the play that didn't hit yesterday, we're taking the Cardinals money line here versus the Cubs at minus 125 odds. Now, if you take a look at it, the Cardinals just got absolutely whopped by the Cubs. They ended up losing 7-1, and they are still minus 125 favorites. I think it's for a pretty good reason. St. Louis, right at 500 when it comes to the money line on the road, just 31-31. The Cubs, they are 10 below 500 at home. They are 27-37. So I do think that we see a little bit of value there. Cubs are just not really that great of a team. Even though they have been a little bit better here recently, I still just don't really have any faith in them. Cardinals have also lost 2 straight games. I don't foresee them losing 3. I really don't. Because before these last 2 games, they have had 5 straight wins versus the Cubs in history. So I definitely think that 5 out of 7, that's a really good spot to target. St. Louis is also 3rd when it comes to runs per game. Cubs, they are 22nd. So once again, another great spot to target, I think. The St. Louis Cardinals are just a much better team in almost every stat. St. Louis 8th in runs allowed, Cubs 24th. Much better defense, much better offense here from St. Louis. So I really do like this one. And Dakota Hudson's going to be on the mound here for the Cardinals. He's definitely not their best pitcher, but I definitely think that he's good enough to get it done. Has a 4.33 ERA, and he has 4, 2, 3, and 2 earned runs in his last 4 starts. So he hasn't really pitched like an awful game. He's had a couple where he hasn't been great, but he hasn't really pitched one where he's had like 5, 6, 7 earned runs. So I definitely do like this one. Marcus Stroman is going to be on the mound here for the Cubs. And if you're betting it blindly, I mean, Stroman's had a pretty good ERA, 3.83, technically a better ERA than Dakota Hudson. But if you really look at it, Marcus Stroman, 10.13 ERA through 10 innings pitched here versus St. Louis. Definitely not a great spot to target here for Stroman. And he pitches way worse at home. A 6.62 ERA at home. So he has been really, really bad at home. He's actually one of the few pitchers in the MLB that's much better on the road. So I really do like this spot. And St. Louis is 13th when it comes to bullpen ERA. The Cubs are 20th. So St. Louis just overall does have the better bullpen in general too. So I think we're going to be riding with it. For the play that did not hit yesterday, Cards money line here versus the Cubs at minus 125 odds. Now for the play that makes no sense whatsoever, we're taking the Red Sox plus 1.5 here versus Toronto at minus 115 odds. Now, I know that the Red Sox technically did end up covering this run line as of yesterday. They ended up losing by 1, but the Sox have lost 3 straight games, and they have lost 5 of their last 6. They have not been winning games here recently, and so to have them at minus 115 expected to cover on the plus 1.5, I really do like this one. Also, the Toronto Blue Jays, one of the hottest teams in baseball right now. They have won 2 straight games, and they have won 6 of their last 7, including a pretty good series here versus, I believe it was the Yankees in their last series. I didn't write that part down, but still, a very good spot. The Red Sox are also 28-33 at home to the home run line. They're 5 below 500 on the home run line. Now Toronto, not necessarily great on the road run line either, 29-32. They're a much better home team, so which is why I think that it's an okay spot here for the Red Sox. Toronto, much better offense, 6th in runs per game. Boston, 12th. So Toronto, better offense. Toronto also a much better defense. Toronto 14th when it comes to runs allowed. Boston 25th. There's no reason that that it should be minus 115 in my opinion. Kevin Gausman on the mound here for Toronto. This has been one of their best pitchers all year long. 2.99 ERA, 1.65 on the road, 1.38 versus Boston. Dude has been absolutely fantastic. And Cutter Crawford's going to be on the mound here for Boston. 5.14 ERA, 4.5 versus Toronto, 4.08 at home. None of these are good stats. And in his last 3 starts, he's given up 9, 2, and 5 earned runs. He's been terrible. Why is this run line minus 115? No clue. Absolutely none. So we're riding with it. Red Sox plus 1.5 here versus Toronto at minus 115 odds. Now for the play that I actually do like, this one is very statistical, one that I really do like. We're taking the Colorado Rockies and the New York Mets under 7 runs at minus 105 odds. I really just can't figure out why this run line is this over-under is set at 7. I kind of understand it, and so I'm going to be taking it. First things first, Mets are a top 4 offense, and there's no questioning that. The Mets are absolutely fantastic. Colorado, overall, they're 9th. Really not too bad, but if you look at their their runs on the road, they are 2nd worst. So they are definitely a much better offense at home. Obviously, they have one of the easiest stadiums to hit at. They really, really struggle on the road. And when it comes to the Mets, in their last 2 games that they did have, they've only scored 2 runs in each of them. So they have not necessarily been as hot here recently. In Colorado, in their last 2 road games, they have 0 and 1 runs in each of those 2 games. So hopefully both these teams can be in similar aspects. Mets are also 4th when it comes to runs allowed, and they average 0.8 fewer at home. So they're a really good defense overall, but they're even better at home. And Jacob deGrom's going to be on the mound here for the Mets. You really don't get too much better than him. 2.31 ERA, 1.54 at home this year. He's been very, very solid. Now, Ryan Feltner, on the other hand, I do worry about him. I will be completely honest. 5.88 ERA. But if you take a look at it, he does pitch really good against some of the better offenses in the entire MLB. He has 1 earned run versus San Francisco, 5 earned runs versus St. Louis, so that one was a little bit shaky. But he only has 3 versus San Diego and 0 versus the Dodgers. All of those were in some of his most recent starts, so he has pitched a lot better against some of these good teams. So hopefully he can hold it down here for us. I think that, if anything, the Mets are going to be scoring all the runs in this game. I don't really foresee the Rockies scoring nearly any. So if they are going to hit this over, it's going to be all the Mets. So hopefully Ryan Feltner and the Colorado defense can get it done here for us. So that's going to be our 3rd and final play of the day. Colorado at New York, under 7 runs at minus 105 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully these new segments can hit for us. We can start to get over this hump. This is ridiculous. Hopefully we can get over this hump and start winning some money. But without any further ado, we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we're on the road to 7,000. Make sure that you guys are sub. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.